Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to reading for the month of April 2016. This month, I think it's very much kind of like a pause month for you. I think you're going back over a lot of things and figuring a lot of things out, and planning a lot for the future even as well. But also going back over things. We'll talk about it. You have the Ace of Hearts first, which is a great card. New beginnings coming in. New refreshing energy. I always say the Ace of Hearts is like a very refreshing card. It brings in total newness to you, maybe even new insights and new ways of looking at things. Again, it seems like a lot of you are kind of like possibly going back over old things and really even trying to figure some things out, and looking at some other things. This can also indicate like good news from friends and family coming to you. So a lot of you could be experiencing good news that way. And it can also show up for love as well. So this is a great love card. I know you Scorpios all have wanted love for some while. I mean, it shows up here as well, in the rest of your cards. So a lot of you could be experiencing, love finally, with this card. But next you have the Nine of Spades. Nine of Spades can come up when we are stuck somewhere, and, it's us needing to open up to new things is what it is. So anywhere you're stuck, definitely don't be, closed-minded. Sometimes we can be a little bit too focused on something when we get the Nine of Spades, and the Nine of Spades just wants us to open up to new possibilities and things like that. This is also a big justice card as well. A lot of the times the Nine of Spades comes up when we want justice, when we experience injustice and things like that. So a lot of you could be fighting for some sort of justice this month, and I would say that it would end very positively under the Nine of Spades in a lot of ways. Like this is you fighting for something very hard, and it's not necessarily a fun fight, but it's a fight that you can win. So if you are fighting for justice in some sense, just stick with whatever it is that you're doing, and you could end up very successful with this card, in that sort of way. Next, you have the Four of Spades, and this is you also, and let me just say this, the Nine of Spades can very much be like a pause card, like where you stop and you're just like examining things. This is also kind of a card that gave me a little bit of a clue that a lot of you Scorpios could be doing that this month. This is the Four of Spades. This could be you, like, the Four of Spades is actually like a positive card in a lot of ways. I mean, it's you pausing on something and examining structure in your life is what the Four of Spades is about. But it's like all structure. The structure of your relationships, the structure of your business, your job, the structure of your spirituality, the structure of what you eat, all of those things, everything in your life, literally. And this is you like examining that structure and looking for holes. And the thing with the Four of Spades is instead of just patching holes, it's like you tear everything else, you tear everything down and start over and rebuild it. But you could be rebuilding a lot of structure in your life and starting new diets, starting new exercise routines, moving to better areas, totally changing your major in school. All like there's just like a non-stop list of things that could possibly go on with the Four of Spades. But I would say it's a good month to do these things. Like it's a good month. I think you'll want to do these things. That's why the card comes up. Usually when the card comes up like as a Four of Spades having to do with structure, it's like we want to do it. It's not that we don't not want to do it. So it's a good card for doing those sorts of things, and I would definitely encourage you to do it. Next, you have the Five of Hearts. Five of Hearts can represent some jealousy and things like that from people around you. I would say that usually this card comes up when people are jealous because things are going well for you, so just ignore it if that's the case. If things are going well for you, then just ignore the people around you. This card can also indicate like the birth of a new relationship. It can represent you making some decisions about relationships as well, maybe finally fully separating from somebody that you couldn't separate from in the past, and now you're finally making the commitment to separate totally from that person with this card. And finally, you have the Three of Spades. Definitely watch your health this month. Sometimes this card comes up when you're working really hard, and so a lot of you could be working really hard this month, but definitely need to take some time for your health. It's also a card of great creativity, being very creative, using your creativity this month. So I would encourage any of you that are creative, that do anything creative, definitely use that to your advantage. Overall, I would say number one, it's a good love month for you. Definitely if you're willing to put the work in. Five of Hearts can represent birth of a new relationship as well. So a lot of you could be experiencing a new type of relationship coming in. But other than that, whenever we have a lot of spades cards as well, like you do, it's a great time to focus on spirituality, anything spiritual. A lot of you could be making a lot of spiritual decisions, but also it seems like a month where you're really focused on structure, like I said, and examining like what's strong, what's weak, what needs to be cut out, what needs to be replaced. All of those things are going on for you this month, and that might be this might be a long-term thing for you, Scorpio, so just be aware of that you're like making these changes, but you're going somewhere. That's the good news. It's like you're working towards something. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your month.